I noticed the pricing today a little below maybe the top end of the range that you put this business to market at. What does success look like today for you?
Actually, success for us is really about the long-term growth prospects of the company. I mean, we're excited about the IPO. I mean, it's a big day for us. I mean, for me, it's 11 years plus as CEO. We've been on a journey back to this day to return to public markets. We always knew that with the scale of the company and the internationalization of the footprint, that the natural home for the company would be back in public markets. And so we're here. But it's a waypoint on a journey, because Verisure, it's always been a long-term growth story because of the penetration of security being so low in the European markets.
Good morning to you, Austin. Very briefly, what has been your one-sentence pitch to investors? What's the pitch that's gone down best?
Yeah, the penetration of security systems in our footprint is only 4% of homes and small businesses, and so there's a huge runway of growth ahead.
Austin, are you considering at all widening the investment base after today? Maybe would you look at the US as well?
Well, I think we've been delighted with the response on this transaction. Very strong support here in the Swedish market, but also very strong support among international investors. I think we're going to end up actually with a very balanced investor base between, Swedish institutions and international institutions that are looking at the long-term growth prospects of the company.
Austin, we have a lot of conversations with private equity at the moment about why private equity is struggling to deliver exits. Why are you able to do what others apparently can't? Why are you able to deliver an exit for your private equity backers in the way that other firms are struggling to do? Is there a sort of secret sauce here that you have that others don't?
I think it comes down to the quality of the asset and the length of the track record. I mean, we've partnered together, for more than 11 years. I mean, over that decade, we've actually tripled the size of the portfolio. We've quadrupled the revenues. We've quintupled the profitability. So it's not a short-term story.
Yep.
I mean, we're marketing the company on the back of a decade plus of double-digit recurring revenue growth. And I think that combination of track record and credibility, plus the growth prospects ahead, that basically makes it a high-quality asset and a lot of investor demand.
Absolutely. So there's a lot of investor demand. Can I just come back, therefore, to my first question about what success looks like today? Would it be desirable to have a big pop in the share price? Is that what you're looking for here in some ways? Is that what you think the whole industry, and I'm talking here more about the private equity industry than maybe the security industry, is looking for here? A sign that IPOs work, that they deliver upside. Are you the kind of poster child for that? Do you need to deliver that for the wider picture, do you think, today?
I think it's really about Verisure, not about the wider market. And it's not about today. It's about how the company is trading through the rest of the year, and then how the company is trading next year and the years beyond. I mean, this is a long-term growth story. We don't focus on words like pop. What we focus on is basically serving our customers better. And we think if we do that, the company will continue to grow. And we think our investors will be happy and they'll stay with us for a long time.
Yes, and picking up on Guy's question, Austin, I mean, the private equity industry might be watching this very closely, as he suggests, but actually the buyout firm that I think is your majority owner, Hellman Friedman, is not taking the opportunity to sell. Can you tell us why is that? And does that leave an overhang on the stock, an expectation that at some point they will want to sell?
I think for Hellman Friedman, it's been a long-term partnership. I mean, I've been with them for more than a decade. The reason they're not selling is that they believe that there's a very strong value creation ahead, that this penetration opportunity is strong. Actually, I'm not selling shares at the IPO either, and it's because of my belief that this penetration opportunity is something that we can seize. I mean, one thing that we're proud of is that we're actually taking 2/3 of the market growth in our footprint. I mean, Verisure is basically the market maker, and that portfolio has tripled in a decade, as I mentioned before, and yet, when you look at the penetration opportunity that remains, so much growth ahead. And so this combination, again, of its track record, but it's also growth potential, and you put the two things together, and that builds confidence, actually, in the future value creation.
So, Austin, what are you actively doing to make sure that going public doesn't change the culture in your company?
Yeah, it's a super question, Lizzie. Thank you. Well, first of all, we've tried to act like a public company for a long time now. We knew that one day the home for the company would be back in public markets, and we've held ourselves really to those standards. We have a very strong DNA. We're very focused on serving our customers better, on bringing differentiated innovation to the marketplace, on strong category creating marketing. I mean, we're going to spend, I think, annualized 300 million euros this year in demand creation marketing. I mean, we spend typically about 7% of our revenue to make the market. In fact, we operate really like an FMCG company, although we're in the services business. That category creation, that sense of ownership and drive, that's carried us over the past decade, and we're going to continue it afterwards.